Hey, what's going on, guys? So, today on Lone Wolf 902, Hurricane Dorian is here, and it is raining and windy like a mother. So, originally, I had planned on doing an overnighter tonight, and right before my girlfriend got home from work and I was able to head out, we lost power. So, not real comfortable leaving the house with no power and kids and whatnot. So, instead, I've decided I'm still going out. Headed out right now. Oh man, tree in the road. Heading out right now, just on a day hike. So we're gonna head out into this this kind of ravine area. This nice little running brook and stream and whatnot. And I got a secret little location that's kind of neat for a day like this. So let's get there. Alright guys, so we're at the location of the little hiking trail that we're going to be going through today. I gotta say, it's coming down. It is coming down. So I got the waterproof case for the action camera, which I'm on right now. And I got all the rest of my filming gear in my pack in the back of the truck. Got the selfie stick. We're going to be rocking this a lot today. In fact, I'm going to get it ready right now because it is coming down. So the audio is gonna suck for a little bit, but like I said, I got my other camera. Hopefully that doesn't work. I got my other camera and microphone in my pack with me, so once we get to a sheltered location, I'll go ahead and grab that out and we'll get on that camera. All right, camera going in the case, and we're jumping out and we're gonna run into the woods. Make sure all the dust is out of here. Alright, so I'm in a cave right now, kind of a natural shelter. It is coming down like crazy out there. So I'm absolutely, completely drenched. My pants, my shirt, my jacket, everything's drenched. So right now, I got my tripod here. I want to go ahead and get on the other camera, get that set up. A little bit of a better picture and better audio. So hang with me for a minute. It's coming down. What's going on, guys? So we're back on the other camera now. Hopefully the audio is much better. The rain's quite loud, so I'm not sure how this is going to echo in the cave and the sound of the rain and all that. But bring you guys up to speed again, just in case the audio on the last camera didn't work. This is Hurricane Dorian. It has hit Nova Scotia. It hit at I believe a class 1 or a class 2 hurricane is what it was saying. I don't usually follow the news that much, and on this storm I did because I was pumped. I was pumped to get out and stay the night. Unfortunately, my power went out just before my girlfriend got home from work, so kind of put a screwing into my overnighter plans, but that's fine because all I wanted to really do was just get out and experience it. That's all. So we're out here for a few hours. I'm in this cave, and I brought some snacks, I brought some food. We're gonna have a good time. And then at the end of it, I'm gonna head home and spend some time with my family. So, because our power's out, and I got all kinds of camping gear at home, so they're basically at home laughing. But yeah, this is no joke. This is extremely dangerous, and I don't recommend it to anybody ever to come out in situations like this. But this is what I do. This is my adrenaline rush right here. Some people smoke cigarettes, some people do drugs. I think that's crazy because I don't do it. This, to me, this is normal. This is what I live for. So we've got an awesome rainstorm. We've got crazy high winds. I would not go out there in a hammock because I passed probably 10, 15 fallen trees, branches about that round just on the ground. Man, and those trees right now are just swaying in the wind. And we're in this area that's quite a deep ravine, so it's really sheltered from the wind. As soon as you get out of the ravine, it is massive. Well, it's a hurricane. You guys can imagine what it looks like. All right, so I just ran out there. I don't know if you guys just heard that, if the camera picked that up. Mid-sentence, just a huge, massive tree just cracked and fell somewhere out there. So again, that's why I'm really happy I'm in this natural shelter. One of these trees lets go. I mean, sure, it could probably crunch. I'm still in danger. I mean, it can cave in on me, but I'd rather be in here than be out there. So like I was saying before I got interrupted by that tree, I just ran out there a few minutes ago to grab a few photos and drenched again. So I went out in these clothes. These are already drenched. I have another change of clothes in my bag. So I'm going to go ahead and throw on my other shirt. I'm actually starting to get chilled already. It's probably like 10 degrees now. The temperature has just plummeted. And yeah, there go the trees right there. So this is one of those kind of fast flicking hunting shirts. This will dry out very quickly. I'm not worried about it today because obviously I'm headed home. But if I were staying the night, that would be completely dry. I wouldn't have to worry about it too much. So in my bag here, I've got all my other clothing that I'm going to change into just before I head out. Now, I did bring my my backpacking chair. It's actually in my backpack right now. If I don't need to take it out and set it up, I'd really like to not have to do that. It's just one more thing to pack up, and it's probably going to get dark out here pretty quickly. So, let's get some lunch on. So we're very limited for camera angles on this video. So basically the angle that you guys see right now is probably going to be it. Unfortunately, I can't really move the camera into the rain, and I'm pressed for room here, so I hope that's okay. But what I brought is my IKEA DIY stove. I've been rocking this a lot lately out on day hikes, and I brought it out on an overnighter, and this thing rocks. I love this. So I got that. Trying to get all my gear organized here. I also brought my alcohol stove, which I'm going to put inside of here. Trying to get my fire steel and all that stuff all organized. For lunch, I went ahead and brought a big old pack of ramen. This is hot and spicy, Oriental style. So this is a new one. I haven't tried this yet. Really looking forward to that. And I also brought a cup of soup and a couple packs of oatmeal just in case. I always pack for a trip intending on accidentally staying the night. Just in case you do get stranded, it's nice to have extra gear to actually stay the night. Okay, so that's it for gear right here. Let's go ahead and get some of it out. I am actually quite hungry. So I got my alcohol stove. Another cup of soup, coffee cup, coffee, can't go anywhere without coffee. Alright, so I'm now just realizing that I forgot my tent pegs to go inside of my stove, because originally when I packed to come out here, I packed my really big military pack, and at the last second, I decided that I am going to come out after realizing that I can't stay the night. And so I moved all my gear into my pack that I brought out today. So I forgot my tent pegs. That's all right though, because I got some blackberry bushes over here. I'm going to take my knife. I'm going to go ahead and cut some thicker stems and pass those through to support my alcohol stove. So that's a nice little snack. A couple of fresh blackberries there. Go ahead and drop them in my cup for now. Alright, so I went ahead and put my two stems from the blackberry bush. I cut them and popped them in the holes. So now I've got a surface to place my alcohol stove, and then I can go ahead and take my grate, which I've made for this, and get it situated here properly. Kind of takes a second to find out where the, okay, so that's good because I cut these grooves in on the side, so that sits nicely. So I got my alcohol stove, my sticks, and then I can go ahead and put my pot on top. Now I can start making some noodles and coffee. Alright, so I went ahead and poured my coffee. Just kind of sitting back watching the rain for a little bit. So I've got a coffee ready to go. And just gonna dig out a little spot for my cup to sit on. Alright. Gonna get into these noodles. Get these cooking. All my garbage is going back in my bag, but I'm just kind of tossing it off to the side for now. I don't really have a lot of room to work with here. So this stove is rocking out the heat right now. What I did is, you're probably noticing now that there's no flame in the bottom. I put a little bit of alcohol on the pad when I lit the stove. And basically what I like to do is put some kind of flame underneath the stove so the heat rises into the can stove, and it basically helps prime the stove. So nothing's burning underneath the stove now, it's just the can that's pluming, and it works excellent. Really, really good, really happy with that stove. And the IKEA utensil holder, of course, just kind of holds everything together. So I'm going to go ahead and say my noodles are basically cooked. The tricky part with the stove is putting it out. So I'm going to move my pot off to the side. Now what I like to do is kind of take my knife and just pull the screen off. And then I actually use my coffee cup. So I do have a snuffer. It's just the bottom to another can. Sometimes I miss when I throw it on. So what I do is I take my coffee cup and set it right on top of the flame. But we'll go ahead and just slam this on there and see if I can get it first try. Usually I have the stove set down farther, so I got to kind of drop it in there and it hits and bounces off and all that stuff. So that worked great. Go ahead and put the metal grill back on top. So now I've got lunch and coffee, more like supper because it's basically 4 o'clock now. But I got all my stuff kind of put off to the side. I'm going to go ahead and eat some spicy noodles and a hurricane. I don't think I'll have any shortage of water today. All right, spicy noodles, some fresh coffee. One heck of a windstorm and rain. So I'm going to kick back and enjoy. All right, I'm all finished with my snack. Still got my coffee to drink though, so do a little bit of a cleanup while I'm drinking this. So there is one thing that just kind of popped into my head. The whole area that I'm sitting on right now, the big mound of sand, it's all dry, but right above me there's a big hollow spot where all this sand came from. directly to the other side of that is this massive chunk of sandstone. It's raining extremely heavy right now. The ground above is probably being liquefied. So as far as sitting back and having a fire and relaxing here for a long time, I'm kind of inclined to pack up and get out of here, because if this thing comes down, it's gonna hurt. It's not gonna feel good. So I'm gonna pack all my gear up right now, and I just want to get out of this cave now. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that and probably jump down and hit the trail. But just wanted to point out that little bit of a safety factor, that if you are in a sandy kind of cave, take a look around. So that's what I'm seeing right now. I'm gonna pack up and I think I want to jump on out. Wow. Wow, that's a wet one. Holy. Absolutely drenched. So here's the dry portion of my jacket, and well, that's the rest of it. Give you guys an idea of how wet she is out there. Woo! Rear wipers. Yep. Get some air blowing in here. Alright guys, well, that's about all I got for you today. I guess it's a good thing that I didn't go out overnight, because I would have been absolutely drenched and miserable. Not that I haven't been there before, but got to get home and check and see if the power's still out, and check on the kids and the family and whatnot, see how they're making out. But, oh, just as I left the cave, literally I was putting my bag on my back, and I took 2 steps out of the cave. This massive tree fell probably within like 20 to 30 yards right outside. Crunched, just crumpled, fell. I almost crapped myself. I had all my camera gear all packed away. I ran down the hill, got out of there, and once I got underneath another shelter tree, I kind of whipped out the action cam and started filming a bit. That was seriously close. So that scared the crap out of me. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I'm gonna crank the heat on now, and I'm out of here. just coming up on the cave location, and it got wrecked. Wow. Have a look at this. Alright, so here's the cave. The ceiling is quite moist, and this is what I was worried about yesterday, this huge ledge breaking off, and it's still a high possibility that it may come down, so I don't think we're going to hang out here for the day. Alright, so here's the cave after the storm. I gotta say, it's a beautiful sunny day out today. Clouds are kind of streaking across, but all in all, pretty sunny, pretty clear. A little bit of water still running down off the top of the cave. That was a pretty wild ride. All kinds of trees around here that fell. Big ones too, just outside of the cave. Pretty nice shelter in here though. So a lot of questions on Facebook. I went home, that's right, I did not stay the night here. I went home and I uploaded a few photos on Facebook in a couple of the groups I'm in, and it blew up, absolutely blew up, which was good, really good. I think might have had like 5 negative comments, and people were talking about, oh, how can you have an enjoyable time when there's people in the world that are devastated. It's what you make it. I mean, think about it this way. Every time you sit down and have a meal and you're happy, enjoying your meal, or you eat half a sandwich and you know I'm full and you throw the rest away, think about the thousands of people in the world that don't even have food. Think about that. So I would say 99% of the comments were excellent. I remember 5 vividly that are just kind of goofy comments saying, oh, what are you doing out there posing for photos and videos? And this is what I live for. When there's a storm rolling in, I'm not letting it get away. I'm going to be out here enjoying it. That's right, enjoying it. So late last night, I took off out of here. It was dark, it was windy, trees were popping and snapping and falling. I had my headlamp on, I put the camera away. It was just ridiculous trying to film in that. So I got out of here, luckily. I went home to the family, took care of stuff at home, and well, got up early today, and here we are back out right at the same location. So the area, quite devastated. There's a lot of trees down. There's still a lot. I'm looking at a huge tree right now that's a massive, massive widowmaker. It is just itching to fall, and it's a massive hardwood tree, probably about 60 feet tall, easily. So when that comes down, still staring at it, because when that comes down, it's going to be some danger for sure. But the cave held up. Everything, like I said, is right where I left it. So I had a front row seat, if you will, at the wrath of Hurricane Dorian. And I gotta say, Nova Scotia got pounded. It got pounded pretty bad. But like I said, I was chilling out here in a cave, watching it unfold. So anyways, I'm gonna grab my pack and we're gonna head up the trail and go have a look at the rest of the trail system that's out here. Because there's a nice little brook down there with some trout. You know, I do a bit of fly fishing back here as well. So we're gonna head up the trail and see what the rest of the area looks like. See how much devastation there was and get out for a little bit of a nature walk. Alright guys, so I had a pretty decent lunch down there by the waterfall, and I'm just walking back to the woods right now, up to the parking area where I parked my truck, and I'm about to head home. So that kind of wraps up the whole hurricane episode, I guess. Last night we got slammed pretty bad by Hurricane Dorian, and here you're kind of seeing the aftermath of it. I had some fun out in it, and I had some fun today out in the sun. So I think I'm going to leave the video here, and I got quite a walk ahead of me, so it's getting quite warm out. But man, look at all the trees that are down. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and it's starting to get cooler out, so who knows what the next episode might bring. Alright guys, see you later.